Hey guys, Andrew here with Nashville Severe Weather. Just wanted to talk about tonight a little bit. Got some storms coming in off to our northwest, and wanted to first of all show you what's going on out there. So off in Missouri and over into Illinois, quite a few tornadoes up there, actually. It looks like several tornado warnings out up there in Missouri and over into Illinois. Several of these are observed tornadoes. They even had a tornado emergency, which is the highest level of tornado warning you can possibly get. Had one of those a little bit ago, and it appears that there is damage up there and even some homes destroyed. At least that's what the reports are saying up there initially. Up that way. So we hate to see that, and weather's been rough up there this afternoon and this evening. Down here, been very quiet, but let's talk about that. That's kind of moving our way. That system's moving our way. It's the same front that's coming through. Y'all have asked a couple of questions about that, and so let's talk about what that's going to look like by the time it gets here to us. So this is the HRRR model. We use this a lot, and so it tends to handle lines of storms pretty well. And so that's what this is going to be, is generally a line approaching us through the night. So this is the HRRR at 2 a.m., but I want you to notice something. As it moves east, notice that as it gets closer to Nashville, the intensities go down some, and that's a good sign. So this is at 5 a.m. in the morning, and so at about 4 a.m., 5 a.m., it comes through here pretty quickly and gets here into Davidson County, sort of as an I-24 special, kind of coming down out of the northwest. And then as we get closer to 6 and 7 a.m., look at how the intensities are coming down. That's great. So why that's happening? First of all, this is coming through really at the best possible time of day. It's the coolest hours of the day. Temperatures will be lower than any other time in the day. So that means that there is less storm food for the storms. So this is sort of a view here of the Cape. We call that storm food informally. And so we back that up here. We can see that over Missouri, you see these yellows and a little bit of orange over there. That's higher numbers for this time of year. Plenty of storm food out there. Well, as those storms move east, there's not nearly as much of that. And that's sort of a product of the sun being down, the temperatures being lower, and there's just less energy out there for the storms to feed off of. Now, another component that we look at is the helicity, the spin or the shear in the atmosphere. So now those levels are pretty high. So as this comes in, there's going to be plenty of shear, and that's not that unusual this time of year, where we have a lot of shear and not a lot of cape. That's kind of going to be this scenario. So the chances of severe weather are not zero for us, but they're pretty low. So if we had storm food and shear, it'd be a little bit of a different story. But our chances of severe weather are relatively low as that comes through tonight. So that's a good thing. But those chances aren't zero. So when you go to bed tonight, especially if you're not planning on being awake at 4 or 5 in the morning, be sure you have multiple ways to get warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, whatever it might be. So make sure your phone's charged, it's left on. You can get alerts on your phone, enable WEA alerts on your phone, but also have your weather radio and that kind of thing tonight. Be sure to have that up and running, ready to go just in case. So back over to the radar, you see all of this is back to our west and northwest now. That's going to be moving generally our direction at about 4 or 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. But we'll be up, we'll be tweeting it, and if we do happen to get a warning in our area, in our two counties, Davidson or Williamson, we'll jump on YouTube Live and walk you through it, and we'll get through it together. So hope you'll have a good night, get some rest, and but have a way to get warnings, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.